don't know about orchids. I'm just looking them up. So when I talk about orchids, even if I sound like I know what I'm talking about, don't take me at my word. Go check it if it's important to you. Part 2 in working with my new orchids. I've used the little handout for the different types of orchids, and the big one doesn't like as much light, so I need to keep that one separate. The two little ones seem to like a lot of light, so I'm trying to put them right in the window. I've also tried to write out some notes. I need to write these up neater about what they like so that I can put it on the pots or maybe in a little envelope near the pots. Yeah, that's where I got them. They don't pay me for this or anything. And then my friend gave me some orchid food, which it looks like I need to take out of this paper bag. And I took pictures of the box. So this one, I'm trying to lay it over gently. This one keeps on tipping over, so I put it back in the box, stuff the box with newspapers for now. But this one I think needs, let me stand it up. I think this just really needs for this pot to be set in a slightly larger, heavy pot, or a pot with a wide base, or something like that. So until I find one, I'm just going to keep an eye out for a pot for this one. Now this one actually fell out while I was moving it around, so I need to do some research on repotting. For now I've just went into the recycling bin to find a little saucer to put under it. This should be set down in another pot, and it probably needs to have this up closer to the rim so it gets more light. This one likes a lot of light. And also it's going to take 3 years to bloom. I hope I can keep it alive that long. This one also likes a lot of sun. I thought I could hang it on something, hang it on like a vase or something. And I thought, oh, maybe I can use this vase because I really love this vase. Oh, here, let me show you. Isn't that nice? Anyway, I thought I could hang it, but it'll sit up against it pretty well, but it'll still fall. It's too short. See. So I looked for something else, and I found this, and I filled it with the Journey Gifts I had just finished. Now it's just barely tall enough. Ideally I'd want to hang it like that on something, but if I have something too tall, the odds of it tipping over are a little too high, so shorter is better as long as it's tall enough. I bent this hanger down, kind of bent it back towards the wood to make kind of a clip, and now I'll put it around there, and then I'm going to tighten this up. Of course later on I'll make something nicer, but that's actually hanging if I tilt it back even a little bit. So I think that's good. That seems secure to me. So I'm going to take the plant food. This is not the stuff from the place where I got the orchids. This is something my friend had. It's sort of a blue powdery, crystally thing. I need to measure out plant food. It's only 1/4 teaspoon per gallon, and I don't even want to mix up a gallon, so I want less than 1/4 teaspoon. And also, I do not want to use my good measuring spoons that I use for food. I don't want to use those with plant food. So I need something smaller than this, and something that it can be craft specific. And I found a migraine tablet came in this. I think I'll clip it. So now I have a little scoop that I can use. I'm going to use this for leveling out the top for now, but I don't know how much this measures. I'm going to measure out and count how many of these it takes to fill this. I'm using dry cereal. I chose the cereal because it's about the same graininess as the stuff I'm going to be measuring. When this scrapes off, I notice that it's scraping a little bit into here. This isn't quite full to the brim after I've scraped it, so I have to take that into account. But I'm going to measure it the way I would use it. So as long as I'm doing that, I think that's okay. That's 3. If I lose count because I'm talking, I will go back and watch the video. So if I say the wrong number, I will correct it later. That's 4. And that is not full yet. 5. 5 is pretty good. Let me try 6 and see if that's too much. I see this stuff's bouncing up as I hold it. Yeah, 6 is definitely too much, so 5 was good. Alright, when I have or make a spoon, I will make it so that it's solid and it's not springy, because when it's springy, as I scrape across, I get to the bottom, it bends down. Here, let me show you sideways. I get to the bottom, it bends down, and then it springs up and knocks the stuff out. So this is not a good design for a measuring cup. Ha! I'm going to fold it a little bit, and then that might help a little, not very much. Alright, so 5 for this one, and for this one. Okay, folding was not a good idea because now it's too hard to scrape it flat. When you're learning, make good mistakes. So, yeah, 5 just barely overfills it. So I can't remember whether this one held 4 or 5, so let's try. I know I spilled a little. Okay, 5 is too many for this one, so this one maybe 4.5, this one 5, 4, not 5. I have my measuring spoons. This is measuring 1/4 of a quarter teaspoon, so what's that, a 1/16 of a teaspoon. If it's 1/4 teaspoon per gallon, then 1/4 of a quarter teaspoon is 1/4 of a gallon, so that's a quart. Yeah, a quart. So 1 of these per quart of water. I have tape. I have my plant food, paper towel to work over. I'm going to put my new scoop into a bag. I know this seems oversized, but I want a bag that I can reach into. I don't want to have to be tipping it out and maybe having little tiny things fall off on the floor. And for now I just have my notebook page that I'm going to use as a label. The different directions said use half-strength plant food at certain times. Tape this temporarily. Yeah, I got wrinkles. I don't care, it's a temporary label. Not every job is worth doing well. Some are just worth getting done. Put this way. And I don't care if it goes over the bottom. And here, let's see, how do I want to tape this? Okay, so I'm putting the sticky part on the front of the bag, but a little sticky to go on the bottle. And pull this, unroll this, reach in and get the scoop, and then roll it up again when I'm done. I have measured out 4 cups of water, heated in the microwave. Tried to pour it into this jug, spilled it. Heated some more in the microwave because I wanted it semi-sterilized. I'm going to measure out 1 scoop and put it in. Wow, that is a really teeny tiny amount. Alright, I'll give these a few shakes. I'm not sure that I'm supposed to give this any fertilizer while it's blooming, which it is. But let's see if I can do this. The blooms, a couple of them are starting to sag, and I don't know whether that's just because they're old or whether it's because the plant needs water. The soil actually feels moist, so it should be okay, but I'm going to water anyway. I believe I'm supposed to let the water run all the way through. And maybe this one's supposed to dry out between waterings, I don't know. Second one is this one, and I'm not really sure how to water it. Don't want to get the water on the leaves, but I guess I will try doing this. Yeah, got it on the leaves, oh well. Yeah, I hope that's right. And then this last one, first it keeps falling over and coming out of its pot. I'm going to go ahead and spill this out. kind of semi-repot it, but in the same pot, by putting some of these slumped marbles in the bottom to give it some weight and also raise it up a little. And I'll put some of this in the bottom and this poor little plant in like that. I think maybe a little bit higher up than that even. And then the rest of this I'll put around the top. I should have read about how to do this first, but my feeling that these things really need water and that I've waited too long is too strong, so I will read how to repot, and if necessary I'll go through this again. So let's see, is that more stable? Yeah, I think that's a little less tippy. Alright, so let me get the bowl back and I'll put this inside. Leave it there. Get those blooms out of the way. There we go. See if I can water this without wetting the leaves too much. Alright, well, my first attempt at watering the orchids.